Hi, good evening. This is the team from Delhi YFC, and we are so glad that we are part of this camp. I'm sure you're enjoying every part of it, and we also have something to share. I'm really happy that Manoj wanted us to be here, and I'm just hoping that this makes some sense to you, and we are here to just bring our hearts to you. So whatever we sing, whatever we say, we hope that that's a blessing, right? So yeah, for those of you who don't know, my name is Mukul, and this is Shireen, that is Sam, Rajesh, Noel, Satya, and Vineet, right? So let's start with some songs, and I'm sure you're enjoying the muted singing. So let's continue doing that. And the song talks about God's praise. His name be praised, should be praised continuously, and there should not be any end to it, right? So let's sing endless praise.
Oh, you are God, and we lift you up. We keep singing, we keep praising, we won't stop giving all we got. 'Cause you're worthy of all glory and all. There is no other, you are forever. Lord over all, there's nobody like you, no one beside you. To you, let endless praise resound every night and day, and with no delay. Let endless praise resound. Boundless love, light before the sun. Your glory, eternal, never stop. Giving all we got. Creation keeps singing, and oh, there is no other. You are forever. Oh, Lord over all. There's nobody like you, no one beside you. To you, let endless praise resound every night and day, and with no delay. Let endless praise resound. To you, let endless praise resound every night and day, and with no delay. Let endless praise resound. We lift you up, up, up. We giving you a love, love, love for everything you've done, done, done. We give you all the praise. We lift you up, up, up. We giving you a love, love, love for everything you've done, done, done. We give you all the praise. To you, oh Lord, let endless praise resound every night and day, and with no delay. Let endless praise resound. To you, let endless praise resound every night and day, and with no delay. Let endless praise resound.
Right, that's true. He deserves our praise, and then why should that praise be limited, right? But I know when it comes to singing, it's a different story altogether. But when it comes to living, it's the other side. This lockdown has taught us a lot of things that we are people who are afraid, right? We are scared of things. We are scared of sickness. We are scared of what's going to happen tomorrow. We are afraid. But then this song that we have been listening recently, this song has been ministering to us. It says, the battle belongs to the Lord. So if it all belongs to Him, then let's just continue to look up to Him, because He knows what to do, right? It's new for us. We're going to try it out. I just hope it comes out nice, all right? So if there's some miss somewhere, just remember the battle belongs to the Lord. It still belongs to Him, right? Let's do this.
When all I see is the battle, you see my victory. When all I see is the mountain, you see a mountain. And as I walk through the shadow, your love surrounds me. There's nothing to fear now, for I am safe with you. So when I fight on my knees, with my hands lifted up. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And if you are for me, who can be against me? For Jesus, there's nothing impossible for you. And as I move through the ashes, you see the beauty. When all I see is a cross, God, you see the empty tomb. So when I fight on my knees, with my hands lifted up. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And every fear I lay at your feet, I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. An almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. An almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows,
makes it so much better, right? When you know that your God is standing in front and fighting for you. That makes all the difference. And that also reminds me that we want to share our stories with you. But uh, I mean, I would like to also mention that the songs that we are singing, these songs are not just songs. I mean, if I talk about me, and then later you'll hear from Satya. Uh, I mean, the theme of the camp is wake up call, and I was so thrilled when I is that wake up call? Yes. So when I heard that, and I don't know what you understand from this, and how many of you are able to really relate with it. But when I was asked, Manoj asked me to share about my calling when I came to serve. I'm serving with Youth for Christ, and I'm serving for the last more than 15 years now. But every time I think of that, I feel very humbled because it's a big story behind that. And I'm not going to share everything with you. But let me just tell you that I come from a very mixed background. And when I say mixed background, I mean that we used to stay in Himachal. Now we're in Delhi. But in Himachal, there was no church at that time. And my father was a very social person. So we enjoyed our neighborhood and enjoyed the Sharas and Diwalis and Holis and enjoyed the laddus and bhangs and all that. It was fun. And but it was one. I mean, when I say it's all messed up, now this is what starts. This is how it starts. It's so we were there in different cultures of India, enjoying the festivals. At the same time, there was in Himachal only. There's a place called Mandi. There's this group came, a bunch of foreigners who wanted to talk about the Bible, and we were so glad because there was no church. We didn't go to any church like for years, and they wanted to talk about the Bible. So my dad said, "Great! I mean, amazing." And since my dad's mother and they were all raised by the missionaries, they thought, "Okay, fine, they're back." So good connection. So they were good people, and we enjoyed their fellowship, and they taught us about the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And then there was time then we had to leave everything and come to Delhi, and they found us here. So good for them. So good of them. It was really amazing, their love for us. But it was later we came to know that there's something wrong. That's a cult group, and they were the Mormons, the Latter-day Saints, if you know them. So we could not continue with them, and that what the reason behind is what was Youth for Christ. Now, how does that connect? In one of the I mean, we were living in a tenant in a rented place, and we were supposed to leave that place and go to another one. And when we took another place on rent for our house, that's where we came to know a person, and that person thought, no, we are Christians. I mean, because my father's name starts with John, and his surname is Singh, so he was very confused. How can be John or Singh? I mean, so he's really confused. So that's another story we'll tell about some other time. I'm sure God has a lot of opportunities. But he came to meet us, and that's where he realized that there's something seriously wrong with these guys. And he told my dad that what you've been attending, that's a cult group, and you need to see the light. I mean, that's how he presented that. And he took my father to a place where he found the then Youth for Christ director. His name was Paul Cornelius. And we talked about things, and somehow my father was convinced. And we started going to a Methodist church after that. And then I kept meeting Paul, smart guy. He called us to his church. And then he asked me about what I like, and I said I like drums. And then that's how I started attending Youth for Christ. And then I'm cutting it short. When I got my call, I never wanted this call. I always knew that sometime in life this call will come because I saw people and I knew things. But I never wanted to be here. I wanted to pursue my career in arts. Okay, I used to do a lot of designing at that time. I mean, with no computer, with hands. I mean, as you get confused. I mean, that used to happen some time back. But yeah, so I used to make for fashion design. You know that the line drawing and all that. So I used to make all that. And at that time, I'm talking about 1995. Where for one A4 size paper they would give me $500. That was good money. And then they also asked me to join them, and I thought, even my parents thought this is a good thing and he can go ahead. And I wanted to do fine arts, and I thought this is a great career for me. That is the time when I accepted the Lord and came to know what He is in the real sense, and continue to grow through Bible studies or Youth for Christ. And skipping. I'm skipping. I'm running, and years have passed, and I'm a volunteer now, and I'm helping out with the music team, playing drums for them. And then things changed again. Then I came on the guitar, and then I somehow I realized that God is doing this in me. And then slowly that thing kept going away, and I wanted to be more in the YC center. I couldn't be at home. And I thought maybe it is the people or things that I like there, but. At that time, when I looked back and saw my friends, one of the days when I was sitting, and I was so heartbroken that I'm somewhere else and they are totally gone, and they need to know this truth that I know. And how can I do that? I cannot go and tell them, but I can definitely be in this team and tell them. And then through songs, like I was saying earlier, through songs, God continued to minister to me. And one day I realized that I cannot do anything else than this. And I felt a very strong feeling that I need to commit to serve the Lord. I didn't know. I couldn't speak. I'm speaking too much today. I couldn't speak at all. And God wanted me to just do things for Him and speak for Him, sing for Him. And then one day I found myself taking a session in a school, one of the reputed schools in the city. And while coming back, I realized that nothing is too hard for the Lord. And this guy who can't even speak a word, he was taking a session for class 12th in a very famous school, which he never thought he would be. And then I came home and I prayed. I said, Lord, tell me whatever you want me to do. I'll do that. I spoke to the elders in YC, great people, led me well. They told me the right things. And that's how I realized God was already calling me. And now I know that this was the best decision of my life. And I enjoy what I do. My family did not take it rightly. In fact, they were very upset. They were totally against me, because at that time they thought I'm their only hope for money, and ministry won't give you much, and don't talk about YC at all. So that's where I saw God moving, changing me completely. I gave in for full time, and then changing my family. And today is the day when they look up to me. That's what I feel, and I'm glad that God has brought me here. So yeah, that's me. So nothing spectacular happened. It's just that God kept speaking to me through people, through situations, and through songs. And one of the songs, two songs actually. The song, one song in Hindi, it goes like this: "Bolenge jab hum Yeshu ki boliyan, karenge kaam jaise Yeshu ne kiye." It just talks about who will tell the ones who don't know if we don't do it, and we need to take it up. We can't expect others to go. And another song by Ray Bowles, it said like, "Heaven is counting on you." And these two songs were really strong at that time, and I'm so glad I responded. All right, too much of speaking now. So we want to do this song. This song has been very close to our hearts as a team. And this one is in Hindi. So please bear with us if that's okay. This is also something which we have, as a team, realized that we need to live to the fullest, and the Lord wants us to live to the fullest, no matter what's going on, reminding us that the battle belongs to Him. So He's with us. So let's just live to the fullest. Song's called "Ji Le To Khul Ke."
जीवन की इन राहों पे मुश्किल बड़ी है, चलना संभल के। कल का दिन देखा है किसने, आज का ये दिन जी ले तू खुल के। उसकी दया कृपा संग तेरे सदा आसान बना दे कठिन रास्ता है उसका वादा यही, साथ छोड़ूंगा नहीं, पास रहेगा सफर ऐसा सब है दो पल के यीशु का हाथ थाम ले पहुंचेगा मंजिल पर साथ उसके चल के उसकी दया और कृपा संग तेरे सदा आसान बना दे कठिन रास्ता है उसका वादा यही साथ छोड़ूंगा नहीं पास रहेगा तेरे हर पल यही जी ले तू खुल के हाथ पकड़ देख जरा सर उठा और साथ चल बैठा है क्यों क्या सोच रहा हिम्मत करके आगे तू बढ़ अब दूर नहीं मंजिल तेरी धीरज से तू बस काम ले क्यों है निराश यीशु है पास बस उसका हाथ तू थाम ले हाथ पकड़ देख जरा सर उठा और साथ चल बैठा है क्यों क्या सोच रहा हिम्मत करके आगे तू बढ़ अब दूर नहीं मंजिल तेरी धीरज से तू बस काम ले क्यों है निराश यीशु है पास बस उसका हाथ तू थाम ले उसकी दया और कृपा संग तेरे है सदा आसान बना दे कठिन रास्ता है उसका वादा यही साथ छोड़ूंगा नहीं पास रहेगा तेरे हर पल यही उसकी दया और कृपा संग तेरे है सदा आसान बना दे कठिन रास्ता है उसका वादा यही साथ छोड़ूंगा नहीं पास रहेगा तेरे हर पल यही जी ले तू खुल के 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 जी ले तू खुल के
All right, I'll ask Satya to share a part of the story.
I think unlike Mukul, I come from a different background. My parents both have been serving the Lord right from our childhood. We have seen them just taking God's love to people. So that's the background that I have. But though I did have a desire to know God right from my childhood, but I did not have a personal relationship with Him. I come from a background where, every week we would have studies, we would go for meetings, and vacation Bible schools or camps or meetings are always, that's the first thing. And in every meeting or through every meeting, this is something that was emphasized, was our personal relationship with the Lord. And though I desired to have a relationship with Him, I did not have. So that's the background I've had. And ironically, though I had a desire of knowing God, I was far from, living up to what I knew was right. So that has been right from my childhood till the growing up years. I have done everything possible under the earth which is against the will of God and against what is taught in Christian homes, quote unquote. I'm putting Christian. And though people would see me as a good girl, I knew who I was on the inside. And things became from bad to worse as I grew up as a teenager. So that is my story, my life story in a nutshell. But praise be to God that He one day really opened up my eyes to understand that a prayer that I made as a child, of a very simple childlike prayer, Lord, come into my heart and be my savior, forgive my sins. Years later, I was told that God listens to such prayers. And I may not have lived up to my commitment to Him, but He is the faithful one. And that part struck me hard. So that is where has been my first turning point where I have consciously given my life again into God's hand. So I know that experience of rededicating my life as a young teenager into God's hand. Now, that is my initial journey. So, that is also a process, not going into that story, but I've been told that this is a leaders' meet, and as we were reminded that the theme is wake up call, and I do not know what are you being woken up to, but thanks to that God woke us up right at the time where we should have actually been doing a lot more for Him earlier. And again, Youth for Christ leaders were wonderful examples. I grew up under the leadership of, again, the same person, Paul Cornelius and Mary Cornelius. They were there as our teenage examples. And during those years, they lived up a life for Christ, though we do not know the inside, but after having been married for a few years now, we know that it's not easy to live and both serve God at the same time. So I'm sure, yeah, you can see him nodding, right? But then they just exemplified Christ and they just showed that, life with Christ is worth living. And that's the joy that we tasted or experienced in their homes. So it was always a pull that we felt. Other than our home, YFC was the second home. So given a chance, we would be around them or be there near to them. And then over a period of time, they moved out in response to God's call. And then came in David and Anita, who were then the directors here in Delhi. And it is under their leadership in those times where I responded to God's call of, serving Him full time. I always wanted to serve Him, but I didn't want to serve Him because, I come from a background where everybody is serving God. I wanted it my own way, in the sense that it's my specific call. God is asking me to come out and serve Him. And though I tried everything under the sun in the sense of, having desires of first being a doctor, then wanted to be a teacher, if not a lecturer in college. But then because as a teenager, I came to know the Lord as my best friend and as a companion who would always be there. And above all, the person who forgave my sins. Someone who knew me inside out. And that freedom and that comfort and solace and also victory in my personal life that I tasted in Jesus Christ, I just wanted everybody to know. So if not anything, I was okay with being a teacher in school. And so I thought, I would serve God that way also and then have money at my end and also serve God. So I thought of jobs that would have my morning till evening perhaps occupied, if not lesser. Then till the evening I'm okay, and then my evenings are for evening meetings. So that's where I wanted to be. And that's my journey of just discovering God's call. And cutting it again short, after I finished my college, though I wanted to keep pursuing and going for my master's, I was not able to do that. Again, because of my own choices and decisions. But then I asked God, Lord, it takes 2 years to complete a master's degree. Would you set me right where you want me to be? And I just remember making that prayer, and over the years, when I look back, I knew that the point when I responded to God's call in serving Him full time, and again, I chose Youth for Christ because Youth for Christ is a place that I grew up. Youth for Christ is something I knew. I had seen people. I knew nothing other than that. Though I know my father is a pastor himself of an independent church. My mother was working in a radio ministry. So that's the background that we have again. But this is something that I wanted to do. And because of those people who had their homes open for us at all times, that is the pull that I had. So, not knowing much about Youth for Christ as such officially, but just having that call or pull, I responded to God's call, and I'm here in Youth for Christ. And though when I look back and I remember that prayer that I said, Lord, in 2 years' time, you put me where you want me to be. So when I was going to say yes to Youth for Christ ministry, I remember that before that, I did not have any job. So for about 5 months, I was without a job. Now that never happened because after college, we had to take care of our own needs. My parents would not give us any monetary help. So we had to look after our own, and we had that, whatever, respect or something, not taking anything from them. At least if you can't give to them, don't add to their burden. So this is something that kept us going. So I tried everything under the sun, even door to door, going and selling things, but not asking them a pie. But there was a time when for 5 months I was without job, but there was a peace. And in those 5 months, God spoke to me. The only hitch I had was, will God supply my daily needs? What will I wear? What will I eat? And who will take care? Where will I stay? Though I have had a background of faith ministry, this is what was my story. But in response to what God gave me was, in faith, I need to step out. In faith, I need to honor God. And I thought something supernatural will happen and He will just speak to me wide and clear. But He just kept silent. And after 5 months of waiting, I responded to God as a step of faith, in a step of faith. And I remember that Sunday, it was a Sunday morning when I said, Lord, I don't know how I will eat, what I will wear, where will I stay. But I am like those disciples just stepping out in faith to you. And I remember that Sunday morning worship service, the preacher, when he preached from a passage in Hebrews where it talks that he was talking about Abraham, and the message was entirely on them. But first he started with, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. And when that verse came, I knew God had spoken to me. And there's no turning back. I said, Lord, I'm coming to Youth for Christ. I do not know what is this ministry. But if I'm not at the right place, I don't want to be in the second best place. I want to be in the best place. But if it is the second best, then you have to turn me around. But I'm just stepping out. And there is no turning back. No months. It's a journey. And what I can say, it's worth serving the Lord. It's worth serving the King of Kings. And this is the best thing that can happen to us.
All right, we want to end with this song. As leaders, we always have a challenge to make the right choice, do the right thing. But so many times we disappoint God. And this song has been so close, a prayer, and you can sing along with us. Just says, Lord, I just can't do without you. I need you every single moment.
Lord, I come, I confess, bowing here, I find my rest. Without you, I fall apart. You're the one that guides my heart. Lord, I need you. Oh, I said I'll fall on you. Jesus, you're my hope and stay. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you.
That's our prayer and that's our story. And I'm very sure all of us have different stories. Nothing is better than coming and working along with the one who has made everything. So we are glad that we could share this, and we just hope and pray that this becomes the story of everybody here and everybody listening, and that just God's name be glorified and be lifted up, and everybody would know that He is the true and living God. How amazing that day would be! So all the best as you enjoy the camp. Take care. Bye for us.